current history that you wanted to make sure you bring out in this game?
Go Dave. Yeah. Go.
Volley to Dave.
History is so important, you know, regarding, we draw a lot of inspiration from G1. We work very, very closely with Hasbro and in making sure that our story and our game fits neatly into their canon. And in some cases we even have the privilege of rewriting some of the canon, which you'll learn a little about today regarding Grimlock and how he came to be a fire-breathing space T-Rex on Cybertron. The history is important. The story, I think, is key on this game. There's a lot more emotion that we've put into this game than we ever had before at High Moon, and we're very, very proud of that. And these guys to my left here bring it to life, and they put that emotion in there.
Yeah, let me add one piece to that too. When you think about the most beloved, most enduring, and Transformers has close to 30 years, right, Peter, at this point, right, of fandom?
I can't remember, I'm
You know, you think about the most enduring franchises, actually, what you remember, especially when you close your eyes, is what they sound like. Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica, Transformers, Aliens, right? These franchises, actually what really sticks with you is what the sounds. You know, you could hear a TIE Fighter, you could hear, you know, an Alien's scanner beam, right? You can hear the Transform sound, you can hear Optimus Prime's voice, you can hear these things, and that's why, I'm so excited to be part of this panel in particular, because audio and voice acting and sound effects and music really are 50% of your experience, and they are what separates the kind of passing franchises from the most memorable ones in the world. And these guys here, these voice actors they are what make Transformers such an enduring franchise. I was really excited to be working with them, and for me, that's the most important part. Is the nostalgic component is about the sound.
And speaking of sound and the voice talent, you know, the game certainly has a darker tone than you've seen in some of the previous Transformers, you know, games. And that, can you speak a little to how you brought that out a little bit in the talent, as well as just the overall tone of the game?
I think, you know, whether you're a huge Transformers fan or whether you have just cursory knowledge of it, we wanted to give everyone, we wanted you to take a second look at it. You know, we wanted it to be very fresh, and so the darker tone, I think, speaks to that. But again, I would say it's really much more of an emotional story, and bringing that emotion out. You know, a lot of people just think Transformers are big, huge, you know, robots beating the tar out of each other, and that's fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but they feel, and they feel very deeply. You know, they have a huge sense of loss in their planet dying, and that's the story that we're telling, and that's what we want players to experience firsthand when they pick up the controllers and experience our game.
I'm sure everybody in the room too can feel the emotion of it. I know I connect to that. That's why I love them so much. So, you were gonna say, Matt?
Oh, I was just going to say that, you know, how that translates physically in the game world is, you know, one thing that we did really early, a decision that we made on this product was to dedicate sections of the game that were about story. And, you know, we really intentionally made large portions of the game where you're not pulling the trigger, you're not shooting stuff, but you're actually just enjoying the world of Cybertron. And that allowed, I think, Dave the ability to create experiences where you actually feel. You feel for these robots, because it's not a constant blast fest, which, you know, I love War for Cybertron. I was very, very proud of it. We kind of turned that game to 11, and we kind of kept it at 11. And I think this game really has some really great moments where we're going to let the game story breathe.